Hello, welcome back to my channel, Cerius Slack with Cerius Blaq. I am the host, Cerius Blaq, here to react and to chat. And today I'm going to be chatting with my homie, Brian Sheridan, comic book creator of a little book called Nighthawks. What's up, man?
Hey, Sean, great to be here, man. I always love talking to you.
Likewise, likewise. We've known each other for like over a decade now, and like we're both comic
Yeah.
fans. And so when I heard that you were actually going to be putting out a comic, I was like, well, let me holler at old boy and see what's going on. So Nighthawks, and I've talked to you about this a little bit before, but
hmm
do me a favor and tell my
Yeah.
audience, the Slack pack, what, why, when, where, how Nighthawks. Just give them the
All right.
lowdown.
So it all started with the Edward Hopper paintings Nighthawks. I'm sure everybody, if you don't know it by name, you know it by sight. It's that diner, it's on the corner, it's dark, there's three or four
Yeah,
people sitting in it. It's been ripped off 1,000 times. Sometimes people put like the Bob's Burgers crew in there, which is like my
yeah, I've
favorite
seen that one.
collage.
Yeah, I like that one too.
I've also seen one where somebody puts like Marilyn Monroe and Elvis and
Oh yeah,
James Dean in there.
yeah,
Yeah. So like I love Nighthawks, and I remember it was during COVID, during the pandemic, where I had it as my screensaver on my computer, and I just got to thinking like, what is the story of the people in this painting? Like, who are they? Do they know each other? Why are they there? What's going on? What time is it? Is it midnight? Is it 2 a.m.? Just everything about it. And I also love detective noir stories
me
like
too,
Sin
dog.
City, Powers,
Mm-hmm.
The Big Sleep, Casablanca, like all those classics, Blade Runner, the modern ones even. And I was like, this painting just makes me think of those stories, and I wanted to know who they were. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to write that story. I want to know who these people are. So I'm just going to tell that story. And so I came up with a detective noir kind of mystery. I don't want to give too much away, but there's
Oh yeah,
mobsters,
obviously.
there's assassins, there's detectives, all of it, New York City, 1951. Um, and yeah, that's how Nighthawks came about. So I wrote it during the pandemic, and I wanted to make sure that I could pay an artist to illustrate it properly. So I had to
Mm-hmm.
save up my money, but I also wanted to find the right artist, because I had a very distinct look in my head for what I wanted it to look like. And I'll
Okay.
be honest, it was right around that same time that I really started discovering Mike Oeming's art and seeing his work.
Mm.
And his use of angles and characters and the way he draws, there's a lot of action and life to the illustrations. And he had just done, or I don't know how recently it was, but he had done Dick Tracy. And I was like, this is
Yeah.
perfect. Mike Oeming's Dick Tracy is what I had in mind. Obviously, I can't afford Mike Oeming, but eventually, through some Facebook groups, I found an artist named Matthias Fagiani. He lives down in Uruguay, and his work, especially because he worked in black and white. That was another thing I really wanted for this comic was
Yeah, I
as
did
an
notice
old
that it was black and
timey,
white.
yeah, detective noir, all black and white. Loved it, and Matthias was amazing to work with. Um, and he worked on my schedule. I said, "Hey, look, this is what I can afford to pay you, and how often I can afford it." And he was absolutely willing to work with me. So we've got some great work, and I love seeing it. Every time he sent me pages, I was just like, "Oh, this is so beautiful seeing my dreams come to life with Maddie's art."
Yeah. Now, a little surprise for
Oh,
those watching, uh, because obviously Brian's my friend. I actually have an advance copy, and it's been
ah,
read through quite a bit, as you can see.
I
And
can
I've,
see
I've
that.
I've loaned it to like my roommate and a couple other friends, and if you like detective noir stuff, like he said, like that's why I grabbed it. Like when he told me the concept, I was like, oh yeah, I'm down for that. But also like, take a look
Yeah,
at this
that
cover.
cover. I you see on the cover there, Valentine Barker. He's my cover artist.
Yeah.
And I saw, again, found him through like social media, saw some of his paintings, and was like, oh my god, if I'm doing a book based on Edward Hopper, I saw Valentine's art, and I was like, I want you doing my covers because
Yeah,
you've got that
absolutely.
feeling nailed.
Yeah, no,
And he's
Valentine's
an
art,
amazing artist.
he
Yeah.
very amazing, yeah, too. But the interiors are equally as dope. So
Oh, thanks,
I
man.
don't want nobody to slide over Matthias's work here. It's dope.
Yeah.
I'll show them a little bit. Just like
Okay.
look at that.
Yeah. He absolutely killed it.
Yeah, no.
By the way, if
it's
you
good
need,
stuff.
I still have some of those advanced copies left. If you want some,
Yeah, I'm
access
gonna
down
need
to
another
little
one.
Ratty,
I'm
I'll
gonna
grab you
need
some.
another one. I was gonna ask you about that, but
Yep, can
but
do.
okay. So, but we're here for two purposes. So, if for
Yeah.
those watching, we are gonna get to the video now. The first video up that you wanted to show me is called "Do the Evolution."
Oh, we're gonna start with
And
Do the Evolution. Awesome.
yeah, that's what I had pulled up. And anything I need to know? I mean, I've heard some Pearl Jam, but I've not seen a lot of their videos. But is this one of their more popular ones? What would you know?
Yeah, this one, I'm so glad you asked because one of the things I love about this one, Todd McFarlane co-directed it.
Oh,
And so
word!
it's perfect to be showing it to you on a comic book show like this because Eddie Vedder was a huge fan of the Spawn cartoon. And he got a chance to meet Todd McFarlane. And when he knew he was going to meet Todd McFarlane, Eddie just used like 2 VCRs and hooked them together. And he dropped a bunch of Pearl Jam songs over footage from the Spawn cartoon and just like made his own music videos. And he was like, Todd, I'm a huge fan. This is what I did. And Todd McFarlane was like, I love it. Like my cartoon with your music is awesome. Let's work together. And this is the video that they made.
Wow. Okay, I'm excited. Let's do this,
So
man.
yeah, let's do it.
Okay, rules. Since you're new here, we are allowed
Okay.
to pause. I do pause. I do rewind sometimes. That's for you
Sweet.
guys as well. If you want to speak while it's playing, just speak loud, or I can pause and you can say your thoughts or anything like that.
Okay.
Okay. Let's go in 3, 2, 1. Oh, interesting. That was cool. The way that they did the audio, it started in the left ear and popped out in the right.
Yeah.
Damn. Oh yeah. Totally see it. Do the evolution. I get it. Okay. Oh my god. Is that what I think it was? They're not pulling any punches for this shit. Let me go back. Let me just go back. Oh my god.
Oh yeah. It's good.
Ooh. God, it looks like apocalypse.
Yep. Oh man, I love Pearl Jam. I'm such a fan. I've been a fan of theirs.
That
like,
was very
since-
good. That was
Yeah.
very good. Yeah, so what I was gonna say is that in some of the latter half of the song, it kind of like it feel like this is the kind of song that might have inspired Queens of the Stone Age.
I could see that.
Yeah,
I think, yeah.
yeah.
I'm trying to think of, as soon as you said Queens of the Stone Age, everything I knew about them just left my head. And I'm like, I know that band. I love that band. I can't name any of their songs or any of their performers right now.
Well, they've also had a lot. That's one of those rotating bands. So
Okay.
yeah,
Gotcha. And I know I would not be surprised, and I don't think it's too much to say. I am sure Pearl Jam are fans of Queens of the Stone Age.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I think
Like-
it's vice. I think it goes both ways for both of these.
Yeah.
Both of these bands.
Yeah.
The other thing I was going to say is this is the only. This is the second time I've seen a music video that Todd McFarlane was a part of. The other one was Korn from the Follow the Leader album. And I'll be honest, I love that video too, but I like this better. This hit home a lot more for me. That video's dope. This one is educational.
Yeah. Now
So-
you had said, if I remember correctly, you had said you're not like hugely familiar with Pearl Jam, right?
With some of their radio hits, yes, but I want to explore beyond that because I'm also not too long ago I did a Temple of the Dog reaction with David Walker.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and so I'm not familiar with Temple of the Dog. I love Audio Slave, but so I'm going backwards because I know everything I need to know about Audio Slave at this point. So now I'm going through Pearl Jam and Temple of the Dog.
Sweet. You should. You know the movie Singles, of course, right?
Yeah.
So you know Pearl Jam is in that movie, right? Yeah. The funny thing is, the song Spoon Man came from that movie.
Oh.
So, So Citizen Dick, the fake band that Matt Dillon's in with Pearl Jam,
Yeah.
like the cassette that they made for Touch Me I'm Dick, like one of the songs that, like one of the joke songs they came up with was Spoon Man. And so when they were filming the scene where Matt Dillon explodes Bridget Fonda's car windows with the speakers that he installed,
Yeah.
yeah, Chris Cornell is one of the dudes who like walks up on the street because Chris Cornell is friends with the director, Cameron Crowe.
I did not know that. Okay.
Yeah, so Chris Cornell like just wanders on, looks at it, and while he's hanging out on set, he sees the prop of Citizen Dick's tape, and he sees the song named Spoon Man, and is like, "That's fucking hilarious! I got to write an actual song called Spoon Man." And he did, and it became Spoon Man.
I did not know that that's where that came from. That's hilarious.
Oh yeah, growing up just north of Seattle, like in the '90s, I feel like it was one of those things where I happened to be stupidly lucky enough to be in that place at that time while that was going on, and that's part of the reason why I love Pearl Jam so much, is because they were there, you know, and I felt like I was one of their people.
Okay. As you can see, I want to return to talking about the comic book real quick, because
absolutely.
one of the things that I want people to understand is you're producing this yourself, so it's going up on Kickstarter. So it's going on Kickstarter from the day we're recording. I think tomorrow.
July 27th, Monday morning. I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna go hit publish and go live and get it started. And
awesome.
I'm nervous. I'm a little scared, but I'm really feeling also pretty good about it. I learned a lot from the last Kickstarter we ran, which we didn't hit our goal. Mm-hmm. And Layla Del Duca. Is it Duca or Duca? I can never remember.
It's like Layla Del Duca, yeah.
Okay. So at the time that the first Kickstarter was going, Layla put out a video about Kickstarting. And, you know, what do you do when you overestimate, or what do you do when it doesn't look like you might hit your goal? You know, how do you recover from that? How do you re-roll? How do you shift? All that. And it was exactly the video I needed at the right time, because I was freaking out. I was like, I don't think I'm going to hit my goal. And I made a lot of mistakes with that one. And I'm not ashamed to say I don't think it was a failure at all, because I learned a ton from it. I'm glad I had that experience. And I think I'm even more glad that the first Kickstarter wasn't successful, because I learned more from that than if it had been successful. I think I would have made a lot of the same mistakes a second time if the first one was successful. I don't think I would have changed as much as I have.
That's a very good outlook.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate that. And it was hard. It was rough. I was not thrilled about it, but I took some time, shook it off, and was like, all right, what did I not do, and what can I do better next time? And so for this one, made a lot of changes, restructured a lot of things, and I'm really excited for this one. I think this one, I think I've got a much better chance of being successful this time around.
Okay. Awesome. Well, before we get back into the second video, I also got a hold of this, and I need you to speak on it, man. Like, because this is something I don't think I saw before, so I need you to dish.
Yeah, so I'm giving you all the Slack pack here. You're all getting a little sneak preview. This is the cover to Volume 2. So when we put out Volume 2, this is going to be the cover. Again, Valentine, I cannot say enough good things about his artwork. He is an amazing painter. He's an amazing artist. He's an amazing he's very adaptable, because when I told him initially, I said, look, I love your art. This whole series is based off of Edward Hopper. I mean, the name is Nighthawks. Every chapter in the comic is named after a different Edward Hopper painting that captures the feel of the story in that chapter. So it's all tied together. And I sent him the whole script. He read it. He was very kind and very complimentary, and said, I would love to do covers for this. So what are you looking for? I said, take some time, look up some Edward Hopper. And for the first one, the one that you showed before, he just sent me that. And I was blown. Yeah. Oh my God. I was like, he captures the spirit of Hopper, the look of longing and loneliness in that woman's face in the first cover, you know, the red background. of the city at night.
This is a very much like I'm thinking about my life choices as face.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
absolutely. And so with this one, because this is going to be the cover to volume 2, some stuff has happened between the first and second book. These two characters, the representatives, they have met, and now we, the audience, know them. So I think this works out beautifully as a volume 2 cover because we see her face, not quite the same as in the first one. And to me, and I never even asked Val about this, I should, but like, to me, this is the same characters in that first painting, only now we've got our hero, Kent Allen, sitting with her. And just like Edward Hopper always loves to do, you see people who are sharing a space, but they're detached. They're together, but disconnected. And that feeling of loneliness within a cramped condition is so much of what Edward Hopper did, and so much of what I loved about his work, and so much of what I tried to connect to the story itself. Like, Nighthawks is the name of this book. In my head, it's part of a larger series called The Solitary City. So there will be more
honestly,
books.
you did the right thing by just like going through with inspiration from more than one painting, because that lends itself to so much more storytelling. So
Absolutely. And
yeah.
it was one of those things where, as I was writing, I wrote the story. As I was editing, that was when I went back and I did a lot of deep dive into Edward Hopper to learn more about his paintings and see more of his paintings. And when I did, and I saw the titles of the paintings and what they were, I was like, oh, this book kind of matches this theme. So I'm going to edit it a little bit, and then I can name, like, chapter 2 is going to be named this, and chapter 2 is going to be named after this painting, and was able to kind of work it in.
It's a brilliant move, man. I think people are really
Oh, thanks, man.
So
I appreciate that.
Okay, let's get back into some music for a second.
Absolutely. Are we gonna do? Did I see you? You said we're gonna do Jeremy next.
Yes, and to be fair to my viewers, I do know this song.
Okay.
Okay, everybody, if you know Pearl Jam, you've heard Jeremy, damn it.
Yeah, and you know the story, like, behind it?
I do, actually.
Okay,
but
cool.
Because I knew the song and then I read the story behind it, I've never seen the video.
Oh, okay, I'm super excited then, because, yeah, I've got a lot of good memories of this song and video, so yeah, let's watch it, and then I'll go off on it afterwards.
Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
It is very relevant in America today.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah, right?
Oh boy. I have a feeling this is going to be imagery heavy.
Yeah.
At home, drawing pictures of mountain tops with him on top. Lemon yellow sun, arms raised in a beam. And the dead lay in pools of maroon below. And Daddy didn't give attention, oh, to the fact that Mommy didn't care.
You see the pain in his face?
I see the pain in everybody's faces in this. Like, Eddie is absolutely living the words as he's performing them.
And I had this image, and this is the image where we get to see their names, Kent and Gina. And can you tell us, is there anything that you can tell us non-spoilery about Kent and or Gina? Okay.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So the image that you've got here, this is one of the rewards from the Kickstarter, is a 2-pack of stickers. Okay. And this is what... I don't think this is giving anything away. We've got 3 sticker packs that we're going to do over 3 Kickstarters. We've got heroes, villains, and goons.
Okay.
And so these are the heroes. Kent and Gina. Kent Allen is a private eye. Very, and I'm not ashamed to say this, like, I love the tropes. I love the stereotypes. So
Oh yeah, that's what makes it great.
I love that about noirs.
Why do you think? Why do you think people like
icons.
Spider-Man Noir so much?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, everybody loves it. I don't know a single person who doesn't love hearing the gritty, low voice, the narration over the background. The rain was as cold as her heart, but it didn't hurt quite so much.
You know? I had a single match left. Stuff like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's Kent. Kent, little bit of backstory in the character. He served in World War II. He got out, tried becoming a cop. I won't go into why it didn't work out, but it didn't work out for him. He became a private eye. He works in New York City. He's got an apartment in kind of the shitty part of town. He's got some powerful connected friends who call in some favors.
Okay.
And without giving anything away, Gina's connected to it. And Gina is a woman who grew up with Kent. They're from the same neighborhood. They went different ways. They departed. They found their way out of New York, out of the slums, out of the city, and somehow found their way right back there. And
if there's a city that can do that to you, that's definitely one of them.
Right?
Yeah.
That's one of the things that I love about New York City. I've only visited a couple of times, and I'm sure I'm romanticizing it, but New York City is a character in and of itself. Like that city,
it's a guy
has
that's
personality. Yeah, absolutely. And I am obsessed with it from afar. One of the fun things I did when I was working on this book was I would spend hours on Google Maps and history websites looking up different neighborhoods in New York City and what they looked like back in the 40s and 50s. And everything in the book is, I will say, probably 90% accurate. So when they go to like Central Park West, or when Kent gets into a cab and he's like, "Hey buddy, I need you to take me to blah 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 Park Avenue," like that's a real address, and the hotel or the apartment building or whatever is still there. And I've looked at pictures of it online. I've done the Google Street View and be like, this is a gorgeous Art Deco building that's been around since the 1920s. This is where I want this scene to take place.
That's dope. I love attention to detail like that, man. That's a great touch.
Oh, thanks, man.
Last but not least,
I
went to the folder that you sent me, and like, what the hell is this about?
Oh my god. Okay. So as a stretch goal, I found a way to custom print matchbooks, because what is a better prop for a noir story than like a matchbook where you can like write somebody's name in, write a phone number on the inside of it. And originally in the first Kickstarter we did, we were going to do white matchbooks with black writing. And as I was shopping around for vendors who can do custom matchbooks, I found this black on red, and Kara, my graphic designer who's putting together like all of these works for me, she, like, I could hear her squealing like over the internet. Like, I sent her this picture and she was like, "Oh my god, that is the dopest fucking thing ever. That's the coolest fucking thing." And the whole like A+ investigations, that's in the book. Like, that's Kent's detective agencies, A+ investigations.
Okay, I didn't know if this was like a picture that you're gonna do, but you're actually making matchbooks. Okay.
If we hit our stretch goal, everybody, including the digital backers, like if we hit the stretch goal, everybody gets a free matchbook.
Awesome. That's cool.
So I've got them found. Fun fact, another little nerdy detail here. Pennsylvania 2, 1882 is Edward Hopper's birthday.
Oh, snap. Okay.
So, because in old-timey phones, it was, they tried to remember what the prefix was by like, Pennsylvania 65000, Klondike 5 3226, whatever. So Pennsylvania 2 is 732 1882, and 7 I'm totally messing it up. Anyway, I'd have to figure out what the numbers are, but it equates to Edward Hopper's birthday.
Okay.
I think it's like July 3rd or July 23rd, 1882.
That's a very cool move, man. I like stuff like that.
Had a lot of fun with that. And plus, like, I got to give credit to Kara. I really want to call her out too. Like this scalloped background on this and behind the stickers, the pencil, the whole A+ investigations, that was all her. She
Okay.
created that. She is a top shelf graphic designer. I would not be able to do any of this if she wasn't holding my hand and helping me out with so much of it. So I really got to give all the love and mad props to her.
Shout out to you, Kara.
Yeah, absolutely.
We have one video left, sir.
Yes,
We
the
have
hilariously
one video.
named Mind Your Manners.
Mind Your Manners. Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna go to it, and we're gonna do it, and then we got one last thing.
Based on the last two videos we've seen, I think you can probably guess what kind of messaging and story we're about to see. I believe Mind Your Manners was actually written by Mike McCready, who's the guitarist.
Oh, word. Okay. Good
So,
to know.
yeah.
All right. Well, we're gonna go to it right now, and
Good manners can't be put on for special occasions.
oh
only.
boy. Okay, I don't think I know this song or video,
Okay.
but I like what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
I got an unfortunate feeling, I've been beaten down. I feel like I'm believing now the truth is coming out. What
Whoa.
they take is more than a vow.
Oh yeah, there's a message.
Oh, yeah.
All on the same. Mind your manners. I caught myself believing that I needed God. And if it's out there somewhere, we sure could use it now.
Oh man.
My patience tried.
See, and yeah, this is what you're saying. Like they talk about what's going on in the world.
Yes.
In the world, because like there's so many
Yeah.
images here that are representation of not just America but the world in general, and some of the things that are have
Yeah.
been happening to it.
Well, and
So go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say, like in the lyrics too, like it's a recurring theme because we heard him say almost the exact same thing in "Do the Evolution," where he's like,
Right.
he says something like, I needed God, but he didn't need me, or I need him to convince me, he needs me. So there's a lot of talk about faith and religion and just being connected to something bigger while still being the individual, and like and then
Well, but
throughout
also
all
being-
this chaos.
Right.
Go ahead.
But also like, I think he's also making a point of saying being connected to something bigger, while also still seeing these things happen.
Yes. Yeah. And
Yeah.
what I love about he's seeing you see all these images, he's talking about all these things, and at the heart of it all, he's still telling us, oh, but mind your manners.
Mm-hmm.
This is all crazy shit going on, but mind your manners. That's the
Right.
message.
That's
It's like,
appearances. That's
Yeah.
Fortunate feeling, I've been beaten down. I feel like I'm believing now the truth is coming out. What they
The truth is coming out.
take is
Bunch of
more
bullets.
than a vow. They're taking your innocence and then they're going on a burning fire.
Did he just say they're taking your innocence and they go on burning Valhalla?
I think so. I'll admit, like sometimes I have a hard time understanding the lyrics, especially
Yeah.
when he's going fast like this. And
Yeah, this is pretty fast.
I don't think there's captions available because it's so fast.
Right. Yeah, that's not here.
Coming out. What they take is more than a vow. They're taking your innocence and then they're going on a burning fire.
Throw it on a burning fire, maybe.
Something like that, yeah.
Mind your manners. I caught myself believing that I needed God.
There it is.
If it's out there somewhere, we sure could use it now. Try my patience tried. This world's a long enough that it makes me wanna cry. All on the same. Mind your manners.
Yeah, do that. I feel that.
Self-realizing that I'm physically busy. May not live another life. That's all a mystery. Right around the corner, could be bigger than ourselves. We could will it to the sky, or we could sunk in
Woo!
Oh, they got skills for days.
flag behind barbed wire is wild business.
So too real, right, man?
Yeah.
Self-realizing that I'm physically redeemed. May not live another life. That's all our mystery. Right around the corner could be bigger than ourselves. We could will it to the sky, or we could something else.
Damn. How you like living in hell? Damn.
So let's try counting the number of obvious blunders.
That was wild. I love that
Yeah.
ending. I love that
Yeah.
ending.
That was so perfect.
That was really cool. I want to show my Slack pack one more thing about you, but before we get
Yeah,
into
for
that, I
sure.
want to talk about this video. And,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man, you brought some goodies in today. Like I'm even more of a fan now, and I think I got a couple. I at least got 2 more songs to add to my playlist now. Yeah, that was dope, man. Like I think I needed this so I could understand more what makes them dope. Like I already like them musically,
Yeah.
but now I like them like them.
I think if I may, I will say when I was, looking up videos for this show, I was a little disappointed to learn that Pearl Jam did not put out a music video between 1992 and 1997. So the whole second album, Versus, no
Yeah.
music video.
No
Vitalogy,
shit.
no music videos. They went from 10 to Yield.
Huh.
And that is the only videos they did during like the whole 90s. They did a couple for 10, and then they did Yield in 97, 98.
I wonder if I can like maybe do some live performances over on my Patreon. Maybe I'll look at some live performances.
Yeah.
And do some reactions to those for Patreon. Yeah.
Because Versus is my favorite Pearl Jam album. It's their second album, and I almost feel a little guilty, saying that for a band that's been around for 30 something years, the fact that their second album is still my favorite. But again, I've got that childhood
but
memory.
you got a lot of
It
ties
hit
to that.
exactly the right
Yeah.
time. Exactly.
Yeah,
And
you got-
plus, like, Rearview Mirror is one of the greatest, just like rock songs ever. I wish I wanted to bring it. I wanted to find a video for it because I wanted to share it with you. So please look that up. Rearview Mirror.
Well,
And-
how about this instead? For those watching in the comments, if you would like Brian to come back and do a part 2 with me, put that in the comments and let us know. And whether it be live performances or stuff like that, if we have to do it for Patreon, I'll make it free to watch on my Patreon as long as y'all put it in the comments and come back and watch. Okay?
Love it.
But this was a great experience. It's a great Sunday, and
Yeah. It's so gorgeous outside. It's like 72 degrees, maybe.
the only thing I'm pissed about right now is that this will also make me want to buy more vinyl.
Oh no, boo. What a terrible thing.
I know, right?
Dude, I tell you what, I have Vitalogy on vinyl, still sealed. I bought it in like
no,
95.
You had it. Yeah, had it.
No, it's sitting right over there.
No,
on the
that's
shelf.
yeah. It's waiting for me. Got it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's waiting for me to come get it. Perfect.
Well, maybe I'll pick up a second copy for you.
No, I'm just messing with you, man. So listen, one of the other things that I need y'all to know about my homie Brian is that he's kind of a historian as well, which is why he did all this research on doing Nighthawks. But one of the cool things he's been doing, because I follow him on Instagram, is that he's been doing these little inserts about the history of sex work in Portland, which apparently there's a wide history. And so I want to show y'all an example of what I'm talking about. Let me pull this up, and I'm just going to play this here and hear what he has to say.
Welcome back, friends and strangers. Time for another fun fact about Portland sex history. Did you know, in 1910, it was widely believed that sexual deviancy in women could be identified by an intelligence and cognition test known as the Binet test. Dr. Eleanor Rowland of Reed College, right here in Portland, used this test on institutionalized women and decided that low scores indicated potential deviancy. This then gave courts all the justification they needed to lock up young women indefinitely, even if they had never committed a crime, just to protect them from their own tendency towards immorality. Don't believe me? Look it up.
So, okay, yeah. So that's part of the series that you've been doing on Instagram. Why and like how did that start, man? Like that's a whole nother separate thing from comics. So
So I'm enrolled at Portland State. I'm going to PSU right now. Working on my master's in history. Kind of a lifelong dream to get my master's. Finally pulled the trigger. I'm doing it. Loving it. And last spring I took a class, and it was simply called The American West. And I had to pick something about the American West historically and write a research paper on it. And I originally started going to PSU for history to study like Japanese history. And in the American West, my first thought was to do a research paper about the role of Japanese prostitutes in the Pacific Northwest. Because I had found a book literally called The Role of Japanese Prostitutes in the Pacific Northwest, 1850 to 1910. And I was like, this is fascinating. Okay. Unfortunately, the one author who wrote the book, so this is the book, Japanese Prostitutes in the North American West. There you go, 1887 and 1920. He is the only historian I've found doing any research on it. And if like doing a research paper, I can't just quote one guy.
No.
Like, you need multiple sources. So
yeah, obviously.
I started just kind of pulling at that thread. And then I had the idea that I wanted to give more voice to the role that sex workers had in the development of the Pacific Northwest. Years ago, I was in Seattle. I took the Seattle Underground tour, and they talk about really how sex workers built a lot of Seattle. The money that they brought in, the power they had, the influence they had, how they expanded the town socially, and how people would come to Seattle just because they had these amazing brothels and all of these incredible sex workers, and they threw amazing lavish parties, and it became this like international thing where diplomats would be like, oh, we're going to the United States. Okay, we got to go to Seattle because I want to go to this house because they're going to throw a party for me. And it was a brothel. Wow. And my professor very kindly said, this is a fabulous idea. If you do Seattle and Portland, if you do like the whole Pacific Northwest, it's too big. You're never going to get it done because class is only 12 weeks long. Right. And she was like, you got to turn something in at the end. So I scaled it down to Portland. And doing research on the role the sex workers had in the development of Portland was fascinating. I loved hearing about it. And I think I mentioned to you before, the proliferation of brothels throughout the city of Portland by the early 20th century was huge. And they were an essential part of the economic growth of the city for multiple reasons, not the least of which is the fact that at the time, women were severely underpaid. And I say at the time as if it's changed. It hasn't. Women still are underpaid and fucking criminally mistreated. And in the late 19th, early 20th century, so late 1800s, early 1900s, sex work was one of the best jobs available to women in Portland because it paid more and it was safer. Because the sex workers, they all had cops on the take. So if a guy went into a brothel and started some shit, the cops would fucking run him out because the cops were getting bribed. So the cops were like, we're not going to fucking let you mess with our ladies. No, Okay. You keep your hands to yourself. And when she says no, you get the fuck out.
I mean, unless they did it. No, I'm just...
Right. But like with industrialization also growing, I read a lot of stories about women who, like, at a match factory. There was a story about a woman who said she worked 8 hours a day, hunched over a vat of sulfur.
Ooh.
And there was no OSHA in those days. There were no
No.
face masks. And she was like, I stand in a puddle of water for 8 hours a day, dipping wood into a vat of sulfur. I can't fucking breathe when I go home. I'm getting poisoned. If I go be a sex worker, at least I'm breathing clean air. And when guys grab my ass, I'll get paid for it. But the managers who sexually assault us in the factories and at the like department stores, the shop girls, like they don't get paid for that, so they get underpaid. So yeah, sex work was a huge part of Portland development in history. And then the reform movement of the early 20th century came along, which was just glorified fucking capitalism and misogyny. And it was just, oh, women have money and power? Can't have that. How do they have money and power? Because they're sex workers. Fucking shut it down. Push it underground, criminalize it, make them suffer for it. And it sorry, I'm getting hyped up because
I was like, he getting passionate, ain't he, folks?
Yeah.
No, but okay. So hey, look, now I know why he's doing this. I think we all have figured out why he's doing this, because he is passionate about this topic. Yes, it's interesting, but it also speaks to a lot of problems that we experience and witness today.
Mm-hmm. And something you taught me: it is not enough to be an ally, so I'm going to be an accomplice.
My man, that's what I'm talking about. Yo, that's it for our show today, and I got to tell you, I had a really dope time. This was amazing.
Thank you so much for having me on. This was 10 tons of fun. I loved it. This is so cool, man. And I always love talking to you.
Likewise. He's a good dude. Make sure that you look at the stuff that I'm going to put in the description of this video. I'm going to put the link to the Kickstarter so you can hit the save for launch button. Okay. From when it launched. Well, it'll be tomorrow. So by that time, you can just back it if you want. I'm going to put a link to his Instagram so you can follow along this series that he's doing now. And I'll put the links to the artists as well so you can like look at them as well. 'Cause I do like both artists' work on this project. And
yes. Thank you.
Yeah. And let us know if you want to come back for more Pearl Jam or
you ever want me back, man. I'm at your disposal. I love this.
Awesome. I'm so glad, and I will be backing the Kickstarter tomorrow.
Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure, man. That's what I'll do. For everybody watching Slack Pack, we're going to get out of here, and I need y'all to do one thing for me, and that is to be safe, but stay dangerous.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
I figured you might like that. That's my new thing. But
man,
and I like
so
it.
Cool.
Yeah. All right. Go support our boy. We will see y'all next time. Take care,
Love
y'all.
you, man. Catch you later.
Peace.